Hi there guys, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I hope everything is fine. Welcome to my new channel called Blast and the Past, and it's devoted to cinema, films, Blu-ray releases, etc. And today I would like to talk about a film from 1969. So it is the original, the one and only, not so only I would say, but the Italian Job, starring Michael Caine and surprise surprise, Benny Hill also in a minor role. I watched it for the first time many years ago, and I only remembered a couple of scenes, so the beginning and the ending. So the ending is pretty hilarious. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the film ends with a cliffhanger. For those who have seen the film, so you see what I did here? Yeah. So with a cliffhanger. But about the film itself, it stars the legendary Michael Caine, and it is kind of fun. It is hilarious at times. It is tongue-in-cheek sometimes. So it's got this the 60s vibe of the cinema of that period, but I wasn't blown away with this film, to be honest. It's praised all over the internet. It's got many positive reviews and comments, and yes, I liked it, but it won't be my favorite film. I don't believe it ever will be. To be honest, I prefer the remake much more. And but talking about this release, so it's the 40th anniversary edition, yeah, but the picture quality is decent, I would say. It's more than serviceable, it's decent, it's fine. It's not very impressive. You would expect much more from the 40th anniversary edition, but it's fine. And again, so like I always like to brag about it, so I got it dirt cheap. It's a used version in a very good condition. And again, there's this stupid sticker, so I hate it, but thank God it's only on this plastic wrapping, so on the casing, so you may just exchange the casing, so it's not a big problem. But for this price, it's good to have it in your collection anyway, because it's some kind of a classic, I would say, not mine. It's not a classic for me, because I prefer the remake from 2003, but this one, so yes, it's a good film to watch it once, maybe twice, sometimes to come back to it. And the Blu-ray is fine in terms of the picture quality, but the remake, so I have it actually in here, and it's only in a paper slip. So I simply love this film from 2003, this version, this remake. So it has a star-studded cast, starring Edward Norton, Mark Wahlberg, Charlize Theron, Mos Def. If I'm not mistaken, so for a brief period of time at the beginning, there is also Donald Sutherland. Yeah. It's a great combination of humor, of action scenes, a lot of heist movie, there's essence of it, and it's so well directed, it's so impressive that I simply cannot praise it enough. And I know that in the public opinion, this one, the old one, is much better than this one. So the new one doesn't hold a candle in comparison with this one. That's not what I think. I prefer the new one, although I like this one as well in its own terms, let's say, in its own category. But if I were to choose between these two, so these two ones, so this one, in my opinion, blows this one away by a mile. So that's that. It's not a popular opinion, that's for sure. Many people say that this one sucks in comparison with the old one. Anyhow, and as far as I remember, the picture quality on this one, on the new one from 2003, it's pretty decent. Actually, I was very surprised because I remember that it's not reviewed very well on the internet. For example, in terms of the picture quality, so it's got the marks like 2 out of 5. So basically, it was bashed. People would pour smears on it, and so maybe my expectations were so low that I was mildly surprised with the picture quality after all. But anyway, I love the film, so it doesn't matter how bad it is, unless we're talking about the VHS bad, which sometimes happens, unfortunately. So I have this very bad edition release of The Escape from New York, starring Kurt Russell. It's a disaster, to be honest. It's top 3, or the worst 3, I would say, of Blu-ray editions in my collections, really. So this is a horrible thing. When you buy a Blu-ray disc, you expect it to look at least slightly better than the previous DVD release. not to mention the VHS releases. That was a big letdown. But this one, so this is a good one. This is a good release, and I don't know about the prices, but probably you can get it cheap as well. And I would recommend you to watch both of them and to have your own opinion about whether the old one is better than the new one or vice versa. I prefer this one, of course, but the old one with Michael Caine from 1969, it's also recommended to see it. The 14 version is just a gimmick, a marketing gimmick, because I don't think it looks that great, but it is decent, like I've said before. So if you have a chance to grab this one, go for it. Especially if the price is cheap, acceptable. If you have a chance to buy this one, go for it as well. I would prefer going for this one, first of all. And regarding the new version from 2003, so I've got a very nostalgic, sentimental approach towards it. Because I remember that I rented it from a video rental shop the first time I watched it, and really it blew me away. So it was so impressive, the film, and there is a very funny scene. So for 1 second, literally 1 second, there is the famous web slinger in front of the camera. So he passes by. He passes in front of the camera for literally 1 second. And that was something. I couldn't believe my own eyes when I was watching it the first time. So that's that. Lots of sentiment towards it. The video rental shop times. So that's why probably. And regarding the old one, so I saw it on the cable for the first time. And I remember I wasn't very focused on it, so I was doing something else in the meantime, the usual stuff, maybe some homework, I don't know, when I was a kid. And this one, so I paid my full attention to it. Maybe that is also why I prefer this one. Because when I saw them for the first time, both of them, so that was like a regular screening, home theater, and this one, it was just watching it on the telly. So maybe that's partially the reason why. To sum it up, the old one is definitely worth buying it, worth seeing at least. The new one, the new version is the preferred one in my opinion, but it's just only me. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion, of course. And thank you very much for spending some time with me, for watching this video. I hope I will get better with time at recording those video reviews and clips. And thank you, and stay safe and take care. Bye.